So today we're here with Marie and Gabrielle from Port of Newcastle, who recently went live with the Crew Mojo platform. Perhaps Marie or Gabrielle, you could take us through what Port of Newcastle does and what your roles are within the organisation.
Port of Newcastle is the largest export coal port in the world and the largest port on the east coast of Australia. And so we own the land and the channel and otherwise facilitate trade in and out of Newcastle, not only coal, but diversified trade as well. So what we look after is the people and culture team. So I'm the executive manager, people and culture, and Gabrielle is the people and culture manager. And we have about 115 or so employees, growing very quickly. And we have both a mix of operational and non-operational employees that we look after.
Awesome, thank you. And tell me, when you think back to before you engaged with Crew Mojo, what problem or problems were you trying to solve with our product?
So one of the main problems that we have was really around that performance management space. And in particular for us, it was around that annual appraisal process that we had. We'd spent quite a bit of time working on the process itself. And we did have an existing system which just wasn't really supporting what we wanted to achieve. So that was the primary reason for us going out to kind of seek a new system that was going to be able to deliver that for us. And we were also seeing what else we could get out of any new system that we got to be able to support what other initiatives we were trying to achieve. And we stumbled upon Crew Mojo, which has not only met our need for the annual kind of appraisal process, but that continuous performance management process that we really want to implement, and that real workforce engagement initiative that we're really aiming for.
Awesome. And when you think back to that decision that you were making, what were your sort of main concerns in the selection process, and what could have prevented you from moving ahead, and what reassured you that Crew Mojo would be able to help in that specific concern?
So I suppose some of the priorities for us in any system that we chose, number one, our employees are the most important thing to us. So making sure that we had a system that was really easy for them to use and engage with was absolutely critical. Again, a system that was going to fit in with that annual appraisal process that we'd spent so much time really investing in and selling and making sure that our employees were comfortable with. So being able to get a system that fit that, and any system that didn't fit that was kind of automatically off our list. Another big one for us was data storage, making sure that data was kept locally in Australia and not, being shipped offshore and things like that was a really critical factor for us.
And then as you think along that journey, as we started to work together on implementing the project, how would you describe what it's been like to work with Crew Mojo?
From my point of view, it's been absolutely incredible. We got a dedicated support person to kind of lead us through the process, Kasha, who's just been absolutely phenomenal in really driving the process forward and things. It was never a case of us having to reach out to her to really push it forward. It was always, next meeting's booked in and this is what we're going to be covering. We had quite a number of meetings where we probably sidetracked Kasha with our own kind of questions and concerns, but she was always so flexible to kind of address them as well as pushing us through the process. So that's been absolutely fantastic in kind of getting that done. We had quite a short turnaround. I think we only engaged Crew Mojo officially around about October, maybe start of November, with a view to having the system up and running by mid-December, which we achieved. We did the last lot or the first lot of training sessions for our staff from the start of December kind of through December, and we're starting to do some refresher training now and launching our annual appraisal process January, February. So we've already got people using the system and putting in their objectives, which is fantastic.
Fantastic. And when you think about the employee experience that you're trying to build, can you describe that experience that you're trying to build for your employees and how Crew Mojo is helping you to bring that together?
So it's really an organisation-wide approach that we've been taking to really get employees engaged in what we're doing, and that workforce engagement has been critical for us, through surveys and finding out what the employee wants and what's going to work for them, and making sure that we're putting in systems that are really user-friendly and they want to engage with. I've found with the sessions that we've done with Crew Mojo and things, it's really easy for workforce engagement because people are seeing this system and then automatically seeing what else it can be used for. So from a sell point of view and from a workforce engagement kind of view, it's been a really easy process for us. I think too, it's really about the employees actually taking a little bit of ownership over their own stuff. Our previous system was really a system where people were only logging in to set their objectives, logging in to check where they were at mid-year, and then logging in at the end to really close them out, where this system really allows them to, and encourages them to log in regularly. So they're always looking at their objectives and it's always front of mind. And the way the system's built as well, it's also getting people to realise that their individual objectives, how they flow into their team objectives and how they flow into the organisational objectives. So it really shows the individual how they're contributing to really drive the organisation forward, which is something that was missing previously.
Awesome. Great. And is there an example that you can think of where Crew Mojo went an extra mile to help service any particular request or specific requests that you might have had that we initially might not have helped with?
Do you want to take this one, Marie?
Well, I think the main thing for us was to find a system that allowed continuous changes throughout, just because we're always trying to improve our processes, and we'd like a system that can, you know, even though we kick something off in the system, a process, we could change it as we go. And one of the things when we worked with Kasha to sort of build our setup was that we even were able to request development changes onto the system while we were creating our own processes to actually improve it. And it was almost like an overnight kind of launch of a new feature, or your developers actually taking something on and trying to problem solve with us on how to make it happen. Absolutely a fantastic service that I think we've not really seen before in that pace either. So yeah, that has been absolutely fantastic.
And when you think back over the implementation phase, can you think of any suggestions or feedback that you might have for Crew Mojo where we could improve or do better going forwards?
The only thing is that we're now so keen to use it for even more than just our performance management. You know, we'd like to use it for talent reviews, succession planning, and all these other things. So, you know, if you guys want to expand further with more modules or features, we are very keen to be your test pilot if you need to. So, yeah, I think we're just keen to use it as much as we can in the future. I don't know, Gabrielle, do you have anything else?
No, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Well, we're always listening to customer feedback, and we're always adding. So we'll definitely be listening to your views and thoughts as to where we can improve and add value, because it's a constant upgrade and improvement process that we're working towards. So we'll definitely be calling on you for that, for sure. What would you say has surprised you most about working with Crew Mojo?
For me, it's probably the capability and the level of Kasha as our sort of implementation manager. So I can tell that she's, you know, has a really, really strong background in sort of technology implementations at a strategic level as well. So it's very well led, well thought through, and there's a process that we're not sort of sidetracking from. So having that very capable, high level support has meant that we could get the process going a lot quicker than I think what we've seen in other instances of implementations where you know, the person may not have the level of experience that you're actually really looking for.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and my last
sorry, I think for us, we just found we're so incredibly busy and things like that. It was one thing that we just definitely didn't have to worry about, because we knew Kasha was all over it and was driving it forward alongside us. It wasn't like I said, a case of us having to push for anything. It just kind of got done and the next meeting got locked in. Fantastic.
And my last question, what would you tell someone who is considering Crew Mojo for their business?
Not to think about it, just go for it. No, I think, you know, we've actually, having used a system that is a big player in the market, but had so many shortfallings in, I guess, meeting more flexible, modern requirements of, you know, any sort of organization. I think today, finding a system like Crew Mojo that it's really about what the company needs and what is going on in the market at the moment. So really trying to listen to the users, and I think that this system is just really the flexibility of it and the way that it can really respond to ongoing, I guess, management and people and culture HR challenges for any organization is the key reason that it's such a good solution.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Marie and Gabrielle, for your insights and your time today. I've really appreciated and enjoyed the conversation with you.